In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up once-off single messages. So let's navigate over to our Messenger by clicking on Messenger over here on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to be immediately brought to our single message section. So these are messages that you're only going to send off once, like a newsletter, for example. So to create our first single message, all we're going to do is click Add Your First Message, and we can go ahead and then give this a name. So we're going to start building out this single message. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is my Feb newsletter. Wow, typing is difficult. Then I would select my list. So the list of contacts that I would want this to go out to. I only have one list. It's going to be all of my contacts. And then I would choose my type. Is this an email? Is it something else? So if you have text messaging enabled within the system, you would be able to choose a text message, and then you would enable or disable your split test. Now I will get to split tests in a future video. So for right now, we're just going to leave that alone. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and our message has then been created technically. Now we've got to do all the fun stuff. So the first thing I want to do is add my from name. So I'm going to put my name in there. And then I'm going to have my from email, which is also just going to be my name. And you'll notice that my from email is going to be my reply to email as well. And you can go ahead and customize which domain you would like this to be coming from. So if you have multiple domains, you can select which domain you would like it to be coming from there. You can then go ahead and add your subject. Again, I'm just going to call this Feb newsletter. Very clickable and engaging. And then you can go ahead and choose your email template. And as you can see, we have a bunch to choose from, but I'm going to keep it very simple for the sake of this video. So I'm going to choose this one over here. And then there are a number of things you can do within the email editor. So first, of course, you would want to go in and customize the text to match your email. But there are other things that you can do here within the email editor. So for example, you can add text, image, GIFs, etc. to your email. So if you want to add an image, you can simply click and drag that into your email. Or if you want to change the structure, you can add these different structure blocks to your emails. And you can also customize a few of the settings over here as well. And if you want to move these items around, you can simply click and drag them around, or you can simply click on the little arrow icon over here, and that is going to move it to where you want it to be. I'm simply going to remove that though and keep things very, very basic. So let's imagine that I have built out my email, but there are a few things that I want to customize within this email, such as my recipient first name. So there are a number of things I can actually add to this email to customize it to the specific recipient. So this is called a merge tag. This recipient first name. Here within our system, we call these merge tags, and you can add a bunch of merge tags to your email by simply clicking on the merge tag option over here. So let's come here and let's say that I want to add a new merge tag, and let's say I want to send them some special links. I could send them a checkout link, an order link, a password reset link. So perhaps we've had a breach and oh no, we need to send out a password reset link. So we can add that. Now, that's obviously a very unrealistic example, but let's say that we need to do that anyways. And you can go ahead and add another merge tag, and you can have more recipient specific details. You can add their last name. You can add their postal code if you have it. You can add their telephone number. You can add secure information as well. You can add their business information. You can add any account links, like their affiliate links, their download links, anything like that. You can also add website links. So all of these merge tags will help you customize this specific email to the specific recipient receiving it. So that is one of the important things to make note of when customizing your emails. So if there are things that you need to have enabled and customized within this email, I feel like I'm going around in circles a little bit, but you can go ahead and use merge tags to achieve those results. So once you have now completed and formatted your email and you're satisfied with it, we're then going to want to choose the recipients for this email. So I'm going to say next, and here we have our recipients page. And again, we have our lists. Again, it's all contacts have currently been selected. If you have multiple specific lists that you would like to send it to, here is where you would select those lists. But I only have the one list with all contacts. You can then also choose the engagement audience. So we recommend, and it is automatically set to send messages and emails to your highly engaged audience, so anywhere between 5 and 10. You can adjust this, of course, and as you do, you'll notice that the message here changes. So if you are sending an email to an audience with a 3 to 10 engagement rating, then it's going to possibly negatively impact your sender reputation, because this audience, and it's going to tell you, is only suitable for content-rich messages. So this isn't an audience that you're probably going to be openly selling to, but it is an audience that you're going to be sending content-specific messages to. And again, if you move that slider even further down to 0, you're going to get a nice big red warning sign here, because disengaged contacts and sending messages to fully disengaged contacts will negatively impact your sender reputation, and it's going to reduce your message deliverability. Now, message deliverability is something we take very seriously here, so this is something that you want to absolutely avoid doing. Don't send emails or messages to users who aren't engaged with your business at all. It isn't good for you, it isn't good for your business, and it isn't good for your sender reputation. So don't include 0-rated users within your messages. It's best not to do that. And again, if you move this up, the message is going to change. This is a medium level of engagement, so it's not going to negatively impact your sender reputation, and it's suitable for content and offer messages. And the further up you go, here is where your highly engaged audience is. This is the audience that is going to be most receptive to your offers. So if you are wanting to sell something, this is probably the audience you are going to want to engage. So those are the different levels of sender reputation and engagement levels that we have within the system. And of course, if you want to understand it better, you can hover over the engagement tooltip over here, which is going to tell you that this is how you can filter your recipients based on their engagement rating. And an engagement rating is given to your contacts based on how they engage with your business. So if they do engage with your business, if they click into your website, if they click on a link in your email, if they open your email, that is considered engagement with your business, and that is going to give them a 10 out of 10 rating. That is going to decrease at a rate of 1 unit per 10 days. So every 10 days they don't engage with your business, their engagement rating is going to go down by 1 unit. So anytime they do engage with your business in any way, their rating will be reset to 10. So that is how the engagement rating works. So you want to set your engagement rating, and then you can go ahead and add filters. So I'm going to show you more about filters in a future video because it is quite complex. So for now, I'm just going to leave filters alone, and then you would hit next. You can then go ahead and schedule your message. So you can schedule it to be sent right now. So you'll just say next, hit send. It's going out to everyone in your list. Or you can schedule it, and you can schedule it to a specific time zone, and you can schedule it to a specific date. You'll also notice that I can schedule it to my contacts time zone. And what happens when I schedule it to my contacts time zone is that I'm going to select a date and a time, and then to all of my contacts around the world, it is going to send out at that date and time in their specific time zone. So if I have contacts in China, it's going to send to them at 7:02 a.m. on the 25th of February in their time zone. And then again, all my contacts in London at 7:02 a.m. their time, they're going to receive the same email. And then all of my contacts in the States will receive it in their time zone. So pretty straightforward. So if you're wanting to send out emails specifically in your users' time zones, then that is how you can do it. So let's go ahead and just say that this is going to be scheduled to UTC to go out to everyone. There we go. That took me a little while to find. So UTC, and that's going to go out to everyone at the same time. And let's maybe say that it's going to go out tomorrow at 7:02, and then I'm going to hit next. You would then confirm this message. Now, I don't have any contacts in my system, so I don't have anyone to send this to. So I'm going to get a big warning that said, hey, you must send this to at least one recipient. So if you have contacts within your system, you'll be able to say confirm. This message will then be scheduled and it will be sent out to those users at that specific date and time. But because I do not have any users in the system, I cannot send this off to anyone. So if I do come over here to my contacts on the left-hand side and I add a contact very quickly, let's say Betty White. Oh, that's We don't want her first name and last name in the same place. Betty@demo.com. And we save those changes, and I come back here to my messenger, go to this messenger, come to the confirm section. You'll see that I am then able to schedule this message to send to my one recipient. So I can schedule that message, confirm it, and then my message is scheduled and will be sent off to Betty tomorrow at 7 a.m. So that is how you can create and send single messages from the system. In the next video, I am going to show you how to set up recurring messages. I'll see you there.